We're going to start at running back, and I'm going to talk about now one of the biggest preseason hype darlings that I am absolutely buying into. You got to be careful with these hype trains and which ones count, which ones don't. James Cook is one I am absolutely willing to go all in on. Let's talk about why. The first is all of camp. Every single beat writer, 3 down back. He's the starter far and away. The real battle is just for who's going to be number 2 behind him. You love to see that, and you love the fact that the starters come out for 6 snaps and James Cook is in for all 6, and he carries the ball 4 times of those plays, goes for 20 yards, and to me, the most important part, 3 down back means you're also getting the touchdowns. I've been very worried. We know Josh Allen is there. He's going to vulture some, but what it would have really hurt James Cook is if not only Josh Allen's vulturing, but Damian Harris, a touchdown scorer in his own right, or even Latavius Murray, rising from the grave to steal touchdowns potentially. That terrified me. But this first game, at least, now it's only one game, it's only one drive. You can't overact, but on 8 yards out from the goal line, they give it to Cook, and he uses his speed to hit the edge, cut right up, and waltz right in the end zone. You love to see it. And show that he can be a great back, even from within that 10-yard line, use his speed to get through those tight crevices. That smaller stature might not necessarily be a downfall for him. So if he's getting goal line work in addition to the early down work, plus the receiving work we know he's very capable of, I'm all in. And looks like that's going to be the case. And this is when the preseason hype, if it's a player you love the talent, like James Cook for me, I think he's an unbelievable player. Obviously, a good lineage coming from Dalvin Cook. Really liked what I saw last year. A lot of efficiency metrics tell you James Cook was great. Just those early fumbles really put him on the bench. But there's going to be a great opportunity. Singletary ran 312 routes last year. That was the 7th among running backs there, targeted on only 12% of his routes. Now, meanwhile, James Cook ran less than half of those routes, but he was targeted 30% of the time getting open. That was actually second among running backs for routes run target share, behind only Austin Eckler. The guy is a great receiver, and some of these quotes, I mean, James Cook went coast to coast as their unquestioned top running back, displaying excellent pass-catching skills, a good knack for finding lanes between the tackles, separating from Damian Harris and Latavius Murray. James Cook heavily involved in the pass game, day 6, 12 of 19 attempts for Josh Allen. Of those 12 completions, James Cook had 5 of them. So all these reports heavily involved as a receiver, the only guy that's really playing with the ones right now in one of the best offenses in the league, and maybe even getting some touchdown equity in this share. And Wolf, it's the Bills backfield. They never have quality running backs. Well, they really have been a timeshare for the most part. But remember, just 2 seasons ago, Devin Singletary had that little brief run from the fantasy playoffs through the real NFL playoffs where he had a stranglehold on the every down role for the Buffalo Bills. Here were his points: 16.6 running back 7, 18.8 running back 10, 23 running back 5, 25.2 running back 3, 24.4 running back 2, and 15.1 running back 4. The guy was an absolute beast for that stretch run. And when the team does commit, there can be some quality running back production for fantasy coming out of there. So I bumped him up, James Cook, all the way to running back 22 in that quality running back 2 tier, just behind Javonte Williams, just ahead of James Conner and J.K. Dobbins. I am all in on James Cook, lighting it up this year. He's become the player that I did not have much of at all in early best ball drafts, that I am hammering to try to catch up to speed and get a ton of James Cook into my portfolio, as they say. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.